Hey guys, Mark Allen here for BHSpringSolutions. Going to show you a couple of different things today. First of all, BHSpringSolutions, one of our newest tools is our cartridge presentation angle magazine gauge tool. What a mouthful that is. This tool is made from the blueprints that existed for the armorers in Britain when they had the high power pistol, and it is assumed that Dieudonné Save designed this tool for the armorers in Britain. And this thing weighs about 4 ounces, and there's really no other way to fabricate or manufacture this tool except as you see it. And here's how this works. All you do is just take your little lineup tab right here with your magazine release slot in your high power, press down and forward, and that gives you a picture. And the picture here is not very good. Now this is an old magazine of mine. It's one of these gold butt plated magazines that FN and Browning did. And what you're going to see is what we want to see is we want to see the presentation of the cartridge to be a parallel line with the bottom of the gauge tool, and these instructions are in with the packaging of this tool. But what this tells me is I'm not going to be relying on this magazine anymore for carry, for defensive role kind of situations. The reason is because the presentation of the tip of the cartridge is too high. That stands to be an interference when the slide recoils, carrying with it the empty cartridge casing. It must clear the top edge of the bullet, and this can interrupt my successful extraction of my empty cartridge casing. And we wanted to show you the difference. Here is a brand new Metgar magazine, and we're proud of Metgar because they really got this right. And all we do with this tool is we put in one cartridge, and I want you to see that sight picture of the gauge tool with the cartridge. You just saw it go in there. It's much better. Sometimes you'll want to just push the cartridge down, get a good picture like that, but now you see just how near perfect that angle of that cartridge is. So a couple of things about this is it's worth it for your defensive pistols to have new magazines. You can get those at BHSpringSolutions.com, but magazines can last a long time. You want to check your old ones, and we now have another tool. It's a 5-inch angle nose pliers. These are from Wildy Tool Company, made in USA. Once upon a time these were a Craftsman product, sold in your Sears stores because Wildy Tool Company was one of the manufacturers behind Craftsman. And I want to show you just how nice this is, because where this magazine needs to be adjusted is right here at this edge, at this front edge here. And I can just take the angle nose pliers and just right at that position and just come forward like that, and probably want to do that again from the other side as well, and again just like that, and we can come forward. And I'm just curious to see how much of a correction we might have just made by making that adjustment that I just made better, getting closer. If you saw that before, the tip of the bullet was all the way up at the top of the gauge tool. Now we're almost perfect, just a little bit more of an adjustment here, and I'm going to have a perfectly good magazine. It's an old magazine. It's fine for days when I need to put 200 rounds through a pistol very fast. Once I've adjusted the feed lips just a little bit more, it's worth it to have a new magazine for your carry and for your defensive roles. However, you'll have a good strong magazine spring. You can pick up these angle nose pliers the same time you pick up the magazine gauge tool, and it's easy. You just saw how it's done. and we want you to have this. This is really tuning your high power and your magazines for optimal performance, so that you're not going to be having any kind of stoppages or malfunctions related to improper angle presentation of the cartridge in the magazine. Thanks for watching.